Before I get started really quick, I just wanted to give just a shout out to my fans. I just wanted to give a shout out to the students, to my colleagues, everybody that's just participated in these moments with Mark and with Indie Game University. God, I love your support. I love your feedback, just to hear what's going on in your heart and in your developments and just your imaginations. I find it truly inspiring. So, hey, please keep giving me that feedback. Keep reaching out and, just liking what it is that we're doing here. I'm stoked about doing it. I love being able to share inspiration, encouragement, getting people to remember their why as to why it is they're doing what it is that they're doing. With that said, I wanted to talk real quick about why, especially as game developers, why you don't find yourself playing video games much anymore. And I've talked to a slew of friends and colleagues about this, but I'm just going to kind of use my own personal examples as to finding those seasons in my life to where, as I'm doing game development or creating content, I just don't find time to play games anymore, which is just absolutely asinine because I'm a gamer at heart. And I love playing games. I love seeing new creations and innovations. But why did I stop? Why do I find these long pauses to where I don't play games anymore? I've got a few things that I've kind of just like drilled down to as to maybe some of the reasons why. One of the most obvious is time. My day is scheduled out to the max. Time becomes very, very critical. Time for my developments, time for my family, time for friends and relationship. Anything that, kind of gets added on to that by way of gameplay, there's just no time left anymore. One of the other reasons is energy. We've all got just a limited amount of energy, especially if you're doing game development or design. It's mentally exhausting, and even so, it's emotionally exhausting. A lot of times, you just don't have the energy, at least not to necessarily just get involved into an interactive experience by way of a game. Most of the time, I just like to just burn through Netflix and just, watch episode after episode of a season of a show or something like that. Something passive where I can just gel and just zone out and drool all over myself without having to engage in anything. One of the other reasons that I don't find myself playing games very much is because as a developer, I found that I've become very critical of games in playing them, and I'm sure a lot of you can relate to this as well. The pacing's not right, the graphics could have been better, this isn't very intuitive by way of UI or HUD or controls, and so all of a sudden the magic is gone. There's also a lot of times a connotation of guilt that's applied to when you actually do find the time to play a game. Gaming still has that real stigma of just being a time waster. You feel guilty about that. Well, I could be doing something else other than just playing a video game. It's not really bringing anything back into my life substantially, anything that's real objective. Usually it's an emotional payoff. And then I'm like, okay, well, those are obvious answers and they suck. There's got to be another bookend to this that's more positive. Why should I still be playing games? The obvious one for that truly is the fun factor. I need to remember why it is I'm doing what I'm doing by way of game development, by way of creation, and playing games helps to reinforce that. I'm able to bring that experience into the developments. What games that I've played that were fun or interesting or provided some kind of puzzle or element that really got me interactive, really got me involved and engaged. It's like, that's the fun. That's the meat on the bone that I want to be able to peel off and bring into my games. And so playing games in that sense, from just remembering the fun factor, is very, very important. There's also just the trends and the innovation. And so the more that I play, the more that I'm able to stay on top of trends, gameplay or elements or designs that people are really into, that are really innovative, that I've never seen before. Again, that all feeds back into the inspiration. It all feeds back into the fun factor. And so that's great. And so that's another amazing incentive, getting back in and playing games, even in your development. Why it becomes so critical. Probably one of the most important reasons that I find you need to go back and start really investing in playing games again. Games provide a real source of inspiration. At least they do for me, and I think if you're honest with yourself, they do for you as well. As we're constantly going through our day and getting distracted, we have responsibilities that are pulling on us, things that are stealing away either our creativity or that we're investing in, our bottle empties really, really quick. For me, games are a way of just filling that bottle back up, filling that inspiration back up, really getting me back to, again, my why it is I create games, why I design games, why I help others realize their dreams in game development. It's just so inspiring. The magic that people create with a lot of these titles, man, I just love that. Those are really three just very, very important reasons why, or justifications to get back into games and start playing, having fun, looking at the innovations and the trends, and just being inspired. As always, thank you guys for tuning in. If you want to go ahead and follow our Instagram or Twitter, it's at IndieGameU. Thank you guys so much for your time. I'm really excited for you, so give me some feedback on what it is you're working on or what kind of dreams you're pursuing so we can just kind of lock arms with you and get along the same path, all right? Talk to you guys soon. Take care.